couple of weeks ago, I asked my followers on YouTube and on Instagram to send in their art for review. We already started reviewing it live on stream on twitch.tv/SeanArchist. I already posted a video on SeanArchist about it, and this is my second video where instead of showing many artists at the same time, I want to present to you one artist I reviewed because first, I really liked it, but there's something special about this one. They sent probably 10 to 12 images. That's what I usually ask for. And when they sent their images, I wouldn't say unimpressed, but I wasn't as in love as I was with the art that was on their Instagram. So then when I looked at their Instagram, I really saw value in the work that they produced in relation to who they are, their identity, or at least my understanding of what their identity is, because I don't know them, right? But anyway, I thought that this was an interesting review just because I really liked the artist. I really liked how it went from a okay portfolio review to a, oh wow, this artist is actually really good Instagram review. So go check it out. If you want to send in your own art, check out my Instagram post on the Canvas YouTube, I think it is on Instagram, or in my Discord in the Submit Your Art Here channel. All right, now to the review. Next artist is going to be Brenton. Description of me. I'm from Winnipeg. I've been drawing and painting since adolescence, but had a brief period during the second half of the COVID experience where I dove in and did some professional art and discovered oil paints. I paint part-time, have never done any art studies, and work a blue-collar job. We love that. My work. My work has evolved from attempts at critiquing pop culture into surrealish artwork that deals with self-analysis and dreamlike settings. My intentions are to express the human condition in a way that connects through more subtle means that can be interpreted by the viewer personally, not using overt symbolism that forcefully crafts a single narrative or thought. In other words, I stick things together that pop into my mind while the process is unfolding. Each piece starts with an anchor, and little artifacts grab on as the piece is being created. Okay. Plus portraiture for clients. Okay. So let's just try to break down the artwork, like the process of the art right there. I really like the idea of critiquing pop culture through surreal-ish process. That's something that's really that I think could be really, really interesting. That deals with self-analysis and dreamlike settings. Self-analysis, again, if you're going to make art about yourself, and that's just my opinion. All of this is my opinion. If you're going to make art about yourself, make sure you communicate why making art about yourself is important or is interesting. Because so far, the only thing I know about you and your experience and why I should care is that you're from Winnipeg, which I'm sorry to hear, and you're a blue-collar worker. And maybe that informs yourself. But if I don't know anything about you, as far as I know, like, you're a normie. If a lot of your work, if your description of your work hinges on self-analysis, what about your experience makes me want to hear about it? That's something to communicate, I think. As someone who likes to engage with art, it's something I would like to know. Latvian Jesus says, damn, Winnipeg catching strays. Winnipeg, okay, no, I'm not going to go into Winnipeg. Jesus Christ. Not today. I've never been to Winnipeg. And you know what? I'm never going to Winnipeg. My intentions are to express the human condition in a way that connects through more subtle means that can be interpreted by the viewer personally. I don't know what that means. Not using overt symbolism that forcefully crafts a single narrative or thought. So basically saying, I'm not trying to communicate something clearly. I want people to interpret things themselves, if I understand correctly, which could be fine, right? It is nice when you leave the interpretation open to the viewer, but very often what that means is the viewer has no idea what the fuck to make out from this artwork. Often. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. But when you say, oh, I'm not forcefully telling a viewer what this is about, they can make up their own interpretation. Very often that means there's going to be no interpretation. But I could be wrong. Guy Madden made a great Winnipeg film. Yeah, I doubt that. No, okay. It's actually, I'm being mean for no reason. They have the National Biological Labs to test samples for like smallpox and TB. Yeah, and why do you think they put that in Winnipeg? All right, let's look into this. Okay, sorry, but for making this segment more about Winnipeg than the artist. Okay, I like this. You know what? Never mind. This is perfect. Okay, you got me. You got me. I already like this. Never mind, I fucking love Winnipeg. Okay. There are ways to interpret this. I do like the baby doing adult shit. Or adult person acting like a baby, right? I don't know. I don't know what to make of this, but in a good way, as we were saying. As we were saying. I love when humor is transposed into an artwork. I think this is funny. And it's funny in a good way. I like it. It's not funny in its own sake. I think it's funny, but in a way that don't we sometimes feel like that when we're trying to work as adults and we feel completely incompetent. We're like, we're just babies. Yeah, I like this. It's cute. It's funny. I like the style in which it's made as well. Not too polished. Obscure Wild Plant. Oh, hello, Obscure Wild Plant. Says, damn, honestly, I find this painting extremely powerful. Its composition, its color palette, and its subject matter all come together to make this one of the greatest paintings I've seen. The greatest paintings you've seen? This one? You better follow alt or Brenton. You better follow Brenton then. Okay, so it starts off well. Okay. Not as strong. Someone says it's excellent. I would say it's not as exciting. Someone, okay, Latvian Jesus giggled upon seeing the egg. I don't know. It's an egg held up by people. I don't know what to say about this. Hey Sean, what if the egg is about giving life? What if all these hands are a community, and this is about, it takes a community, it takes a whole village to raise a child. I don't need a meaning for this one, honestly. I'm quite content to just be presented an egg. What if you're the egg? What if we're all the egg? Egg is a symbol of life. Okay. Okay, we're moving on. Jesus Christ. We're moving on. This one a little less. You know I'm one for political artworks, but sometimes this one feels a bit too on the nose. It feels too much like we live in a society. The guy with, like, there's too much being shown a bit more too overtly. Which is something you said you didn't want to do in your artist statement, and I said you should do more often, but like here I feel like it's a bit too overdone. I think the guy with the phone and the emoji on it is a bit much. The dildo, the condom on the floor. I mean, the condom's a good thing, right? You want people to protect themselves. The pile of trash. Oh, it's Tinder too, with the X and the thing, and like the big smoke in the back, and it's flaming. I feel like it's a bit much on the nose. Okay? But to me, yeah, Pyroanarchist says should have done away with the phone. It's the phone mostly. Oh, to me, it's really the phone that makes this we live in a society / everyone's on their phone nowadays. Okay, this piece is about finding love in a pile of trash, trying to find love. I don't. Chabs56 said, at least they've had a crack at it. Okay, we're moving on from this. To me, this gives me bad feelings, but not in a good way. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. The burning pile. There's a fire in woods. Again, perhaps what is this? Like another thing? Is this like Noah's Ark? There's two pairs of each. Is this about love again? Hey, this person shares the same name as me. 2 snakes kissing, 2 doves, 2 vultures, a single owl, 2, I don't know what those are. Deer? Are they deer? Hogs? Probably deer, right? They're a bit short for deers. Deers have longer legs. Live and Jesus loves the aesthetics here. Gay anarchist camping. I don't want to assume anyone's gender, but I imagine this is pretty heterosexual. It gives off heterosexual. Someone cleaning, woman presenting, character cleaning, man presenting, gathering some sticks. To me, sounds pretty heteronormative. Very monogamous normative as well. They're pairs. Oh, are those two rats? There's 2 rats. They love each other. Oh, you can't see my cursor. The 2 rats are between the snake and the guy. This one gets me a little less because of that. Not because of that, but like just in general. More fire with more. We got a snake. The egg. Oh no. The egg came back, but it's cracked this time. We got a pair of keys, a rat, and then we got. Oh, these are a bunch of eggs, I think. Art by Son likes this one too. Okay, why do you guys like this? Because I don't. I don't like this. I don't know like what to make of this. I don't know. It's just like a fire. Like it's well made once again. Lost cat with 3 wolves. I like this. I like the contrast. It's a beautiful painting once again. Lost cat. Cat died because wolf pack killed it. Or coyotes. Okay, those are coyotes, not wolves. I know. I Looking for puss is a big theme here. Oh, that's good. That's good. What's interesting? Okay, what could be interesting here is I went to London, and I went to London because I told you in the last stream or 2 streams ago. And when I went to London, one thing that I was completely, like really, really amazed at was the fact that you walk at night in London and you know what you find in the streets? Not rats, not cats. What else can you find in the street? In Montreal, sometimes you can find bunnies, like hares. You can find skunks. But I didn't see any of that in London. But I saw one animal in the streets of London, one of the biggest cities in the world. And what do you see in the streets of London? Can anyone answer in chat? Alexandre says fox. And I thought that was fucking cool. That there's like sometimes like 2 or 3 foxes in the street, just like that. So fucking cool. And you know what? If someone from London made an artwork that looked like this and maybe a series of foxes in their neighborhood, talking about the presence of fox and the cohabitation with fox and the history of the foxes, fucking cool. But this one, the coyotes in the street with the lost cat, I don't know what to make of it. Cool style, cool contrast, cool, really well executed. But again, I don't know what to make of your coyotes. Pleased Piggy, number 1. This is like New Yorker adjacent, which is not bad. But on its own, I don't know what to make of it. So we're just going to move on. More eggs. I'm sure a lot of people are going to love this in chat because for some reason chat loves eggs and art about eggs. But again, yes, this is like symbolism for abandonment. I see it, I hear it, but it's not speaking to me. All right, we got another one. Kind of looks like the first one, the baby. Moonlighters. 2 dudes in what looks like a bunker feeding a generator with coal. Is that it? At night? Oh, it's a train? Is it a train? What makes you think it's a bunker? What makes me think it's a bunker? It's like to me, it's like it's a good question. It's like the bolts on the walls, But it doesn't look like it's a very thick wall, granted. So yeah, probably not a bunker. That's a locomotive. Okay, yeah, That makes more sense, honestly. It's trains. And you know what? You have the Europeans saying it's a train. I'll believe they're Europeans. If they see a train, I see a train. Don't worry about it. Yeah, everyone's saying steam engine, it's a train, it's a train. Okay. Choo-choo, trains, yes. Train illustration, okay. Yeah, course says good color theory and values. Yeah, the blue and the blue clashing with the yellow. Very striking. Skillwatch sees the glorifying of working people. Yeah, like it looks a bit like a USSR. Socialist realist, Soviet realist. That's what I'll call it. Yeah, I made a video about this, and I was like, oh, we should call it Soviet realism, because not all socialism is Soviet. This is Soviet realist art. Okay, yeah, I see it. I don't know what to make of this. Again, I think there's a cool story to be told, but what is the meaning of that story and all that isn't quite clear to me, but it looks really nice. Great technique. And here, this is a bit too much for me as well. Flaming background with the crow silhouettes and the hand and the eyes, the floating wolf being really angry at the hair, and then the guy in the foreground with an orb in their hand, or maybe it's an egg. Who knows? Maybe it could be a self-portrait. I find it a bit much in terms of symbolism. It's a bit too on the nose for me, and maybe like that's fine, maybe that's your style, but for me, for my appreciation, a little too much. Looking and seeing. That being said, first one, great. Love this, not just because it's funny, but because I think it taps into a feeling that either we feel about ourselves, or we feel sometimes about our understanding of truckers, which is filled with biases and with stereotypes. This one makes me think of an artist who I am talking about in my next video with the CBC. Next week, a new video will be out on the CBC talking about Indigenous art. And one of the artists I'm talking about is someone who I know from Chandler, Gaspésie, whose name is Brenton, who's an artist that I like. Does this have the same amount of meaning? Perhaps. Maybe this has something, it means something to the artist more than just like a cool scene, but without the explanation, which only the artist can write. And since they haven't, then I have to assume that it's just a cool scene. Then that's what it is, just a cool scene. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, before we move on, let's check out the Instagram page. So Winnipeg person, allowance number 4. See, allowance number 4, just the title here, the Tim Hortons coffee, the steel-toed boots, the wax pen, is that how you call it? The meat stick. I like this a lot more than a lot of the artworks you sent to me. And calling it allowance 4, I don't know if especially since they said they were a blue collar worker, like this speaks so much more. This is blue collar Canada, says Art by Alexandre, who's also from Canada. This hits home, says Latvian Jesus. See, this is so much better than the egg. And I'm sorry for chatters who loved the egg or whatever. I'm so glad I clicked on your profile, Brenton. And this is pinned too, so you know this is good. Same thing here, you know. Honestly, I prefer this to the egg as well. Okay, 2 things. First, this like sketch on like paper that you folded up makes this so much more genuine, and I love the genuineness of it. I love how authentic this shit is. It's not an egg in a nest. It's a dude that you drew. What's his name? It's Brent. Oh, that's you. You're Brent, aren't you? Brenton. Is that a self-portrait of you in a mirror or something? Anyway, mirror POV at the bar. Anyway, this is so much more genuine with the the flash thing on the sides, right? The reflective bands, safety bands, the phone sticking out of your pocket. This is blue collar identity. That's the identity I was telling you at the beginning. It looks so much more, it's very authentic, it's very genuine, and Jesus Christ, I love this so much more than most of the things that you sent me. What about this? Confirmation of existence. Okay, that's funny. That's like maybe that fits more the baby driving a truck. You got a lot of cats and stuff. Those ants. This has, again, I feel like this has a little. It says a little bit. Is this gonna be like a recurring thing where I'm like, yeah, the art you sent me I didn't like, but when I looked into your Instagram, it's a bit I like some things I really liked. Here again, we have I can try like to connect with this as someone from like rural Canada, or who lived in rural Canada for a very long time. Like the white snowbanks, the grayness of a scene, and like sometimes dying communities where, because you don't have that in cities, right? Where you have people like gassing your car for you. That doesn't exist in the cities. So it's like something that you see in rural areas. Where I was from, a lot of gas stations still did the serving and like gassing up your car for you, which is like a dying practice. And I can recognize some of that here, which is always, being able to recognize your own experience in an artwork is always fun. A lot of post-apocalyptic scenes. This I feel like has potential to mean something. I'd like to know what it means. Self-portrait, I imagine. Hey, again, look, it's the same onesie that we saw. Oh, look, it's the boots with the Canadian and the vape. I like this. Again. Okay, but you have some... That's also a good one. Instant coffee. The having to go fast. It's funny. I think me being excited about some of these and not excited about some of others says more about what I like in art than about your art in itself. But hopefully me telling you what I like in the art that I was excited for makes other people like your art for those reasons. I don't know if that made any sense, but I really liked it. Thank you so much, Brent. I'm so happy that I went through your Instagram, because I would have missed out a lot if I didn't.